Welcome to Spooky Stories from Asian American Storytopia. Now, we have two very spooky stories for you, so I hope you'll be okay. Just hold on to your chairs, and we'll see you right soon. My name is Nancy, and
I'm Robert.
that was Robert, and we are called Eth-Noh-Tec. Let's begin.
Something Po did better than most. Best merchant by trade.
Was his hocketing boast.
'Tis true, not bad.
He'd bargain at the marketplace and get the most.
'Tis true, not bad. Something Po did better than most.
But one day he was walking and he met up with a ghost. Say, who are you?
Who are you?
Who are you?
Who are you?
I asked you first.
I'm in a hurry.
Who are you?
Who are you?
Who are you?
Who are you?
Oh, I'm a ghost.
Did you just say ghost? Then, I'm a ghost too.
You don't look like a ghost.
Well, that's because I'm a new ghost. a
new ghost. Well, where are you going?
That depends. Where are you going?
I asked you first.
No, where are you going?
Where are you going?
Oh, never mind me. I'm just going to town. Bye-bye.
And so will I. Oh, you're so slow and clumsy for a ghost. Are you sure you're a ghost?
I just died.
When?
Just before you came by.
A brand new ghost. I'm getting tired of walking. Why don't we float to town?
Did you just say float?
Oh, well, you do know how to float.
Well, I'm kind of new in all this. I don't know much about floating, but I have a better idea. Let's take turns carrying each other.
Huh?
I'll go first, like this. So light.
So light.
So light.
So light.
Yes, light.
Say, my turn.
Never mind.
My turn.
No, actually, I don't mind
My
at all.
turn,
No,
my
please,
turn,
I don't
my
mind.
turn,
Please,
my
I
turn,
insist.
my
Oh,
turn,
no.
no. Oh, you're so heavy for a ghost.
Well, that's because I'm having a in-the-body experience.
What?
Oh, see, listen, I don't know much about being a ghost, but
Well, then it's about time you learned a few new things.
Learn?
Such as hovering.
Oh, hovering.
And hunting people to death.
Hunting.
And disappearing, too.
Disappearing? Hey, where'd you go?
Boo!
Boo to you too.
Most important of all.
Important?
Is learning the
Learning?
incredible power.
Power?
Of
Fear!
Fear.
We ghosts aren't afraid of anything.
Oh, nothing.
Nothing.
Well. One thing.
Oh, we ghosts are afraid of one thing?
A person's spit. For you see that when you get the hang of
I'll get the hang of it.
you will find that we ghosts
That's us.
can change our shape.
We can change our shape?
Into anything.
Anything?
Anything that brings about fear.
Oh, fear. Change our shape. Ooh, fear. That's my fear.
But when one of us is in a shape
When we've changed it to a shape,
and someone comes along and spits on us, we're stuck.
we're stuck
In that shape.
in that shape.
Forever.
Forever change our shape. Ooh, hunting, hovering, boo. Fear. Boo.
Oh,
Boop, boop, booty, boop, boop, boop.
what was that?
What was what?
That look
Where?
in your eyes.
I think it's time for a floating lesson
No,
now.
I've seen it before.
No, you haven't.
I have.
Don't say
Oh,
it.
oh, it's fear.
Oh, fear.
Oh, you are not a ghost.
I am
no,
a
you're
ghost.
Not a ghost.
I am
no,
a ghost.
You're not a ghost.
I am a ghost. I'm the ghost. You're not the ghost.
Oh, I am to the ghost. You're not a ghost.
Nuh-uh.
Uh-huh.
Nuh-uh.
Uh-huh.
Nuh-uh.
Uh-huh.
Nuh-uh. Nuh-uh. All right, then. If you say you're a ghost, then you have to prove it to me.
So
Change into a shape.
the a demon.
Wow. Can you do serpent?
A serpent.
Oh, how about tiger?
Tiger.
Oh, look at those stripes. Can you do scorpion for me?
A scorpion.
Oh, 'tis true.
Tis true.
'Tis true indeed. Well, I bet you can't change into a sheep.
Of course I can change into a sheep.
No, you can't.
Yes, again.
No, you can't.
I can.
You can't.
I can.
You can't.
I can.
Nah. Nah. All right then. If you're a ghost, you can change into something. Then change into a sheep.
I can change into a sheep easily. Here, yes it is. Here it comes.
It's true. You changed into a sheep indeed.
Bah.
Patooey.
No.
Now you're stuck as a sheep forever. With a sheep on his back, all tied and bound, he headed for the marketplace in the town. Sung Ting Po did better than most.
He made 1,500 coins just by selling a ghost.
'Tis true,
Not bad. Everywhere in the world, yes, every culture in the world have
Ghouls, ghosts,
goblins.
and jinns. And so it just so happens, I have a few I'd like to share with you. One's from Asia. Darkness, demons, ghouls, and ghosts. Behold, enter if you dare. We welcome you with warning as you enter these portals of the paranormal, the cryptic caverns of undead corpses, creeping creatures of the morbid and the macabre. Here in the shadows of your listening lies the fearsome visages of the Asian world. Our first stop, the Philippines, land of thousands of islands. Each has its lurid lore of sordid spirits, like the Tikbalang, the ferocious horseman, Manananggal, the flesh-eating, flying half-body, Capre, the cigar-smoking, shape-shifting ogre in the balete trees, and the Tia Anak, the crybaby demon. Oh, don't be lured by the sweetness of a crying baby. You'll be devoured. And of course, the Aswang, the long-tongued, blood-sucking Filipino vampire. Our next adventure is China, where we introduce you to the chilling visions from this great land, where your eyes may deceive you. Are you seeing a beautiful maiden? The Hua Pi Gui? A nine-headed bird? Jiu Tao Niao? Did that Mandarin scholar just jump over that wall to greet us? Jiang Shi. Don't lose your head over these ponderings unless the headless spirit, the Lo Tao Shi, joins you. She might take a liking to you and think you're the cat's meow. Or perhaps a Mao Gui, a ghost cat. Now we journey to the land of the rising sun, Japan. But when that sun sets and darkness prevails, beware. You may find yourself amongst an audience of the yokai, the supernatural beings. One might vanish right before your eyes, the Nurikabe, an invisible wall spirit. Or suddenly shapeshift into a personality altogether. Keep an eye on those nine tails slipping out from under that gown. The kitsune, a shape-shifting fox spirit, will trick Now another might loom up from behind you with a larger-than-life personality, the Gasha-Dokuro, a giant skeleton so frightening you may want to chill out by the river. But don't get too close to the water. That's where the giant demon spider lives, the Usha-Oni. If so, make a dash and escape into the woods. There you'll only have to contend with the pine tree goblins, the Tengu. Oh, they are neither good nor bad. That all depends on what kind of mood they're in, so be nice. They might disappear on you, or become invisible with their magic cape. Ready for more horror? Then Indonesia might tickle your fancy. Onward we go to this island nation where we encounter not just blood-curdling, heart-stopping, but fearful, frightful, fierce creatures of the night. So stay alert, be aware, and be brave. There's plenty to lose your head over, especially if you got the guts. And if you don't, this creature, the Leyak, the flying head and entrails, might offer you both heads and entrails. Indonesian spookies are drop-dead scary, though this one, though dead, does not want to drop, though he's dressed for the occasion. A proper burial, it seems he just doesn't want to take death lying down. The pocong, the shrouded burial ghoul. Certainly, if you're attending a funeral in many Asian cultures, you don't come wearing traditional Western black clothes, but instead ceremonial white. So let this lady in white, the kuntilanak, the lady in white, take your hand. But be warned, she might not let go. The next citizen of the shadows is also a shapeshifter, oftentimes very beautiful. In fact, she will truly capture your heart, literally, and eat it too. The Ponte Anak shapeshifter. Next we travel to Cambodia, and again this flying head and entrails, decapitated and disemboweled demon is so popular throughout many Southeast Asian cultures, and here in Cambodia, you go to the movies and see this Arp, the flying head and entrails. The Arp, well, definitely if you're sitting in a dark theater, be sure you know who you're sitting next to at the big screen, or shall we say, the big scream. Fierce, ferocious, faintly and feminine, we travel to Korea and India. Now in Korea, a ferocious forest goblin, the Dokkaebi goblin, his mighty battle axe, or his club, the Pangmangi, is a magic club that, like a wand, can conjure objects and riches. Now some say he can be mild or mean, depending on his mood. He might appear large or small, lovely or ugly, but he definitely can cast a spell, and Dokkaebis are totally unpredictable. Now next to him we see the Gwinsi, again the theme of the lady in white. Beautiful in the mirror, but in reality, watch out for a surprise. In the vast country of India, it offers innumerable visions of demons, ghouls, and goblins, too many here to describe, though the category of Rakshasa, the very mention of which can strike fear into the hearts of mortals. Definitely you would not want to cross paths with this warrior Rakshasa, for he is well armed. In fact, all 8 of his arms wields a deadly weapon. And no trip into the nightmare would be complete without mentioning the Yeti, the mysterious monster of the mountainous snow country in the Himalayas. Are they long-lost race of ape-like giants, or just a figure of imagination from lost mountain climbers afflicted by the illusions of snow blindness? Well, if you're trekking through the high country and you hear a roar from above, it might not be an avalanche at all. Forget your adventure and make your way down the mountainside. The Yeti might be following you. Well, now our trek into the treacherous lands of your mind and Asian lore must come to an end. Hopefully your trembling heart subsides after you check the window latches, set the alarm, and lock all your doors. Not that that would matter anyway, for fear can slip through the tiniest crack of your mind. Good luck. The night is long, and as they say, life's too short. Well, let's hope yours lasts a little longer. Thanks for meeting our fiendish friends of the darkest demons, ghouls, and ghosts of the Asian world.
So beware. These Asian ghouls, goblins, and more don't just come out on October 31st.
No.
No.
Sometimes you don't even know when someone you know
Or think you know.
is actually one of those ghouls,
goblins, ghosts,
or
jinns, and yet maybe another kind, as in our story.
The Firehead, from the Dai ethnic peoples of Yunnan Province, China.
Shishwangbana, the living land. Shishwangbana. Nanzangbu. Loved the living land. All her life, she tended the gardens of her parents' small farm, loving to let the rich soil sift through her strong hands.
To watch the leaves of plants grow bigger and greener.
To dip her feet in the creek behind their farm, and best of all, to harvest the abundance of their labor and love of land.
Each night, her tired body from the good day's work would lie down in the bed, hoping for a lovely dream.
And now her dream was about to come true.
Nang Zambu closed her eyes this last night of her childhood home and began to dream.
Shishwangbana, the living land.
Shishwangbana. Nang Zambu bolted from her pillow. She sat up and looked around.
Why? Why would she have such a horrible dream?
Why would visions of dripping blood and poison-stained gowns visit her in her sleep?
Nanjangbu shook off the horror of her nightmare and stepped out of her bed.
She willed herself to let her excitement rise on this new day that was going to be the beginning of a wonderful life. After all, it was the morning of the royal escort.
Nanjangbu was going to be taken over the mountains to a faraway palace in the next kingdom to be wed.
Every girl dreamt about becoming one of the many wives of this king.
And now her dream had come true.
She had been chosen for her grace and her smile, and winning the favor of the royal kingdom's search for His Majesty's seventh wife. Lang Zambu rushed to the doorway. Oh, she could hear the trotting of hooves of what must be the horses drawing the wedding carriage closer and closer.
But when the royal carriage arrived, she felt darkness pass over her.
She quickly shook it off. Oh, perhaps it's an omen, she thought.
And that nightmare? No, it had to be about leaving her parents, she thought.
So with a sigh and a shiver, she bid farewell to her parents and mounted the carriage and sat, clutching her bags.
Now, at the edge of the rice field, she leaned out of the carriage window. See you at the ceremony, right?
But the royal guard had blocked her view, and the carriage rolled away so quickly, she did not get her answer.
Soon the farm she knew and the verdant land she loved vanished in the shadows of the jungle mountain road.
Oh, she would miss her home, the people she grew up with, and
Shishwangbana, the living land, so lush, so healing, so green.
The journey to the palace took many hours upon hours. And to while away the time, she amused herself with fantasies of a royal life.
Surely the king is quite handsome and warm, kind and generous. His palace must be magnificent, and the land even more lush than my own.
Oh, soon the visions of a new, beautiful life and the memory of her mother's songs and the clattering of the wheels lulled her to sleep.
Now the carriage was approaching the final hour of travel.
Nang Zambu awake. She was woken with excitement, and she peeked through the drape of the cloth to see the kingdom's majestic landscape. But instead,
This must be a mistake, a wrong turn.
she saw mile upon mile of forest slashed to the ground, leaving the land barren and ravaged.
She saw men dragging and stacking slaughtered timbers.
She saw entire mountains leveled and gouged with mines.
Riverbeds coughed with silt and pollution, dry and barren.
The air had a putrid odor, sour and dense.
A patchwork of rotting fish and rotting animals laid over the land.
The many festering sores of a wounded land.
What kingdom is this?
When they entered the gates of the city, things were worse. The people slaved harshly under the crack of a soldier's whip.
Children scavenged amidst smoldering trash.
And the soldiers prodded and pushed elders along the streets.
Where have you taken me? We must be in the wrong kingdom.
But Nang Zambu was ushered out of the carriage and brought to the royal chamber, frantic and incensed.
Oh, what kind of king would allow this? Are the 6 wise aware of these atrocities?
Like Nang Zambu, the 6 other royal wives were also young ladies chosen from the countryside. They also dreamt of being in a wonderful life. As Nang Zambu entered the wives' chamber, instead she found it was no lightness or gaiety.
It was dark and heavy.
Overwhelmed with sadness,
Instead of beautiful young ladies from the countryside,
she met 6 soul-broken women cowering in the shadowy corners of their beds.
you should not have come.
The inner chamber door opened, and then a savage voice growled, "Number 1!"
And one of the wives stood, almost in a trance, and walked into the king's inner chamber.
Night after night, it was the same. One wife after another was called only by number.
Each night the walls groaned with sobs, then shrieks.
The next morning, a wife would emerge from that darkened door and stagger to her bed and collapse.
Each night, Nang Zambu listened to the horror of their tales. He is not human. They say he descended from an evil storm cloud. He cannot be slain. No arrow, no sword can harm this evil tyrant. He is a demon king.
Nang Zambu cowered with the other wives.
Already she could see that they had all lost any hope of their lives being different than nights of horror, days of restless sleep.
For 6 nights, the pain of their stories fueled Nang Zambu's contempt for this demon king and burned into her sleep.
Night after night she dreamt of poison rivers running dry and smoldering skies where no sun could be seen or felt.
Night after night she jolted awake, gasping for air.
Each night she awoke in time to see the shadow of a wife entering the demon's chamber.
Number 6.
Then it was the 7th night. She sat up in a cold, clammy sweat. The room was silent. The 6 other wives were asleep in their beds. She knew she was next.
Nang Zambu, my 7th wife, come to me.
Nang Zambu stiffened. Still she rose up, and as she began to walk, her feet felt like granite boulders, each step growing heavier and heavier.
Now!
She forced herself into the torchlit room. A flickering demonic tongue motioned her to approach the throne.
Nang Zambu, sit beside me. Let me look at you.
Nang Zangbu lowered her head and whispered to herself, I must survive. To soothe her fears, she began chanting, Shishwangbana, Shishwangbana. That sound was her only salvation throughout that night of his abuses. Shishwangbana, Shishwangbana. And in that night of horrors, she had survived. And she had plotted.
When Nang Zangbu returned to her bed, she summoned the other wives and asked,
Is there anything you know about the Demon King that will help to free us?
The wife scoffed with cynicism.
No, it is no use. There is nothing that could kill the Demon King.
But Nang Zangbu refused to believe this.
Still, she shared her plan with the wives and asked them to believe in their freedom, to trust her.
But the 6 slave wives merely sighed a long sigh of resignation and returned to their beds.
Please, I will do everything to free you.
The 6 wives, they turned and tried to give Nang Zangbu a smile, but their attempts withered into empty stares of hopelessness.
2 weeks passed, and on the 7th night of the 3rd week,
Number 7.
Once again, Nang Zangbu endured the Demon King's abuses, but with a changed attitude. No fear, no disgust, no moaning, no cries, just a calm. Shishangbana, the living land.
When the morning arrived, she feigned a smile and commanded herself to stroke his horns with false affection in silence.
Perhaps it was the silence behind her smile, the silent stroking of his horns, the calm, deep breaths that was so alluring to the Demon King.
And so, night after night, she alone was summoned. She had become his favorite wife.
Night after night, after the abuse, she filled it with pleasantries till it captured the black heart of her unsuspecting husband.
You are my only queen.
Oh, my powerful lord, I am honored to be your queen. You bring me such comfort. You are so strong. When I'm with you, I feel safe. Oh, please, you must live forever. No one could ever harm you. No arrow, no sword. Please tell me this is right.
Well, there is just one little thing.
Oh, no, one thing?
I will tell you. It's
Oh, my sweet husband,
secret.
you do love me. You trust me with your secret.
Lean into me, my darling.
Oh, no, impossible. No, it can't be. Oh, you poor dear.
Yes, a single strand of my own hair.
Imagine that a single strand of your own hair when...
Wrapped around 3 times around my neck.
How horrible, my king.
Oh, my head will be cut right off.
Oh, your highness, your highness. Oh, we must not think of such a horrible thing as your death. Let's celebrate life instead. Your life. With more wine, my lord?
And so Nang Zangbu poured.
And the Demon King chugged.
And she poured more.
And he chugged more.
And more.
And more.
And more.
And more until his huge head, dizzy from gorging and guzzling, slumped onto his large pillow. His chest heaved up and down like the swells of a dark, stormy sea. Nang Zangbu cast a long, careful gaze at the demon's closed eyes, his chest rising and falling rhythmically. Ah, it is time. Ah, there. That's the one. And now, one quick pluck, and I wind it once around his scaly neck for the plunder of the land, twice for the suffering of the people, thrice for the women he abused.
Hey, what's this?
And with the slightest of tugs, his huge head tumbled off his body and landed onto the palace floor. Shishongbana! The Demon King is dead!
Nang Zambu ran to the 6 other slave wives.
Shishongbana! The Demon King is dead! We are free!
Hey! And now the 7 royal wives approached that demon's head for assurance.
But as they approached, his head tipped, then tilted.
His black eyes bulged open. His gaping mouth drooled a vile saliva.
His grimace returned as his head began to feverishly rock.
Back
And forth, back and forth. His eyes shot open and his head burst into flames.
No! The roaring firehead tumbled through the palace, igniting everything in its wake.
It rolled into the streets, determined to destroy everything it touched.
Capture it! Shouted the guards.
Bury it, the wives cried out.
Someone must pick it up.
But where to put it? Where? Give it to me.
Queen Nang Zambu.
She lifted the head.
The crowd gasped.
Nang Zangbu's hands burned in pain, but the flames stopped. Shishwangbana!
The fire is out.
The fire is out!
Nang Zambu held up that firehead, straining to keep it off the ground, straining and straining to keep it from reigniting, but her arms grew tired, straining and straining until it was just too much. Down fell the head to the ground, and once again, whoosh! It burst into flames. Nang Zambu picked it up again and held it high, and once again, the flames stopped. She held on and on and on as long as she could. On and on. The blood ran down her wrists. Poison stained her gown. Then, out of the circle of villagers, one of the demon's 6 wives stepped forward and held out her hands and relieved the blistering weight from the queen's burden.
And when that first wife could no longer bear it, another wife came to her relief.
Then a third.
And fourth.
And they followed one by one till each of the 7 wives took their turn.
The head was passed from one pair of suffering hands to another.
7 wives times 7 cycles, round and round.
And when the 7th circle was completed,
the glaring eyes of that demon's head flickered and closed
for the last time. Nanzangbu raised that dead firehead up, and together all 7 wives smashed it to the ground.
It shattered into 1,000 pieces.
And crumbled into a pile of ash.
The earth opened up, and the demon ash was swallowed. Soldiers awoke from an evil spell, and they shook their heads and dropped their whips.
Farmers too awoke and shook their heads and found their land full of produce again.
The children and their mothers, they ran towards the abundance of the land.
Tree stumps began to reach for the sky with their new branches.
And the mountaintops, once again, renewed with green life.
And the rivers began to flow. Shishwangbana.
7 women lifted up their wounded hands.
Together they ran into the river, taking turns, rinsing the bloody filth from each other.
Rinsing away their sufferings.
Splashing and healing themselves in the clean waters of the living land.
All the villagers rejoiced and ran into the river to join the wives in the healing waters.
The splashing and the laughter rang throughout the kingdom, loud and luscious, for a long time.
Free!
They were all free.
Now, if you ever go to China, in the month of April, you can see the Dai ethnic people of Yunnan province celebrate this victory over evil every year in a water splashing festival.
They rejoice by splashing buckets of water on each other to celebrate 7 badass women who saved their land. Shishwangbana, together forever.
For the living land.
Thank you. Firehead. When we work together, it is more effective, especially against the demons in our lives.
Demons are everywhere. Demons are both near and far.
These demons who are destroying our planet, our world.
We can do
it together.
We must.
Yes.
Thank
you.
you. A folktale from Japan called Odoru Gaikotsu, the Dancing Skeleton. Mukashi, mukashi, aru tokoro ni. Once upon a time, in the land of Japan, a boy's mother called out, "Jiro, stay away from that boy Taro. He's trouble." But Jiro was torn. He knew his mother was right. But Jiro was bored, tired of being in that tiny poor village, and Taro, that older teen, was his one way out. Or though he thought it was. Trouble? Who, me? Hey, trouble's fun, Jiro. Hey, by the way, the big city? Now that's where the real fun is. The big city? Oh, what's it like? Is there music? Is there dancing? Oh, I love dancing. Wait till you see how the ladies dance in the big city. Now, we're getting out of here tonight. Now, we're going to need some cash, too. Oh, poor Jiro, like many times before, was coaxed into borrowing from his parents while they slept. And so by morning, both young teens were gone, scrambling down the road with small coins jingling at their side. King. Now, after a few days of travel, hey, Taro, let's take a peek at the coins you got. Huh. Whoa, gold coins. That'll last a while. All I have is copper. Good job, Jiro. But as they handed the bag back to Jiro, there was still a glint of gold twinkling in the greedy eye of his so-called friend. Oh, I can't wait to get there. Oh, I can't wait. I want to do the dancing myself. I want to dance, too. You like dancing, don't you? Well, there'll be plenty of dancing. Hey, Jiro, you're good at dancing. Why don't you show me one? Well, Jiro, always eager to dance, started prancing about, whirling and twirling, but as he turned his back, he didn't notice that Taro, his so-called best friend, had picked up a rather large stone. The best dance of all, Taro muttered, is your last call. Poor Jiro crumpled to the ground, his poor body laying in the grass. And Taro grabbed that bag of gold and off he went down the road. And the only witness to that horrible crime was the tall grass blowing in the cold wind. Sawa, 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 sawa. The days went by. Sawa, 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 sawa. Weeks turned into months. Then it passed into a year. Sawa, 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 sawa. Meanwhile, life in the big city for Taro was grand. Wine and women, a round of sake for everyone. He gambled here and there. Ha ha, kitty. You win some, kitty, and you lose some, kitty, and you lose more, kitty, and more, kitty, and soon all the coins were gone. Oh. Well, now that Taro was completely broke, he decided to head back down the road, back to his village, back down that old familiar road, passing that old familiar field of the tall grass. Sawa, 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 sawa. When suddenly he heard, Taro. Huh? Who's that? Taroka-chan. He wandered through the grass and he saw through the grass there was something coming from a pile of tattered heap of old rotting clothes. Jiro's clothes. Taro. A pile of bones. Taroka-chan. And on that pile, Jiro's skull, making the sound of... Taro, I've been waiting for you. Ooh, come here, Taro. Is that really you? Come here. Boo! Jiro, is that really you? No bones about it. It's me, of course. How was your time in the big city? It was great. I was just heading back home. How are you, Jiro? Dead. Quite dead. No thanks to you, but no hard feelings. I've kept up my spirits, so to speak, by dancing. Want to see one? Oh, sure. You asked me to show you a dance long ago, you remember? Oh, yeah. I said the best dance. Yeah, it was the last. Remember? Sure. Watch this. And Jiro's talking skull spoke. I'm now calling myself Odoru Gaikotsu, a dancing skeleton. Gachi. And the skeleton rattled and took form. The skull on top bounced and giggled, and it leaped and whirled, and rattled all about, and it crumpled to the ground. Now, a bony finger rose out of the pile, leaning real close. Shh. I like to end each dance with the sound. Boo! Jiro, what do you want from me? Why, I want to thank you, of course. After all, now I can really shake a leg right down to the bones. Gotcha. And I really want to thank you by making you rich. Rich how? I'll be your entertainer. I'll be your Otoru Gaikotsu, the dancing skeleton. A show like that can make a lot of money. Okane. All you gotta do is say the magic words. Call my name. Otoru Gaikotsu, dancing skeleton. Well, who was Taro to argue with a pile of bones and a talking skull? He gathered up the bones, flung them into a bag, slung them over his shoulder, and set out on the road again. He wandered down the road, entered a nearby village, opened up the bag, and spread out the bones with Jiro's skull. As the curious villagers gathered around, Taro said and called out the magic name of the bones, Otoru Gaikotsu, and suddenly the skeleton wheeled into place. Gotcha. The skull began to giggle. Gotcha. It leaped and swirled all around. Gotcha. Then danced about and crumpled to the ground. The villagers were amazed, and they leaned in real close to that summoning finger. And as they leaned in real close, Jiro's skull said, "Boo! Ah!" The crowd went wild. Old men cheered, the old women howled, and the children screamed with giggly delight as they began tossing many copper coins at Taro's feet. King. Ha ha! I'll be rich. King. He then stuffed the bones in the bag, and off he went to the next village. When he arrived there, he set it all up again in the center of the town. Again, he laid out the bones and spoke, "Dancing skeleton, Odoru Gaikotsu," and the bones wiggled up, and the grinning skull giggled, and it leaped all around and swirled about, and then crumpled to the ground. As the villagers leaned in really close, and that bony finger summoned them closer and surprised them. Boo! Ah! The crowd roared each time as now silver coins showered down upon Taro. And that's how it went. Day after day, from town to town. As the dancing skeleton danced around, the coins rained down.
Now, one day, after a performance in what seemed like a familiar town, he packed up the bones and was about to leave when he heard a voice from behind. Taro, have you seen my son Jiro? Then pretending not to hear Jiro's mother's voice. Taro, where is my son Jiro? He dared not look her in the eyes. I don't know. Is he in trouble? Trouble. Oh, trouble. No. He's not in trouble. He's out there in the big city having fun. You know, the wine and the dancing women. You know, he loved to dance. And gambling his money all the time. Now, I tried to convince him to come home, but no. He said, never coming back. No fun in this village. By the way, I've got to get going now. And so he gathered up the last of his things, and Taro ran as fast as he could away from the village. When suddenly he heard a voice from the bag of bones. Psst, Taro. Who was that backpack? No one. Just some troublemaker. He closed up that bag, slung it over his shoulder, and then scampered down to the road, down the next town. Odorogai Kotsu! And the next day, another town, dancing skeleton! And day after day, from town to town, the flames of excitement spread across the land, and his reputation grew as well. And with good luck, eventually, with great reputation spread, he earned an invitation to perform in the imperial palace. Around him, a spectacle of banners fluttered. A nobility garbed in fine silks swished in, the samurais and the ladies of the court and the generals, as the emperor himself entered and looked. There in the court was Taro and his bag. Now listen, Jiro, this is our big chance. And Jiro said, I know, the last dance, remember? Once again, that greedy glint sparkled in Taro's eyes as he thought about the emperor's gold. He laid out those bones and watched the royal crowd ooh and ah. Hajime, begin your presentation, shouted the samurai general. Your Excellence, for your imperial entertainment, let me introduce to you the dancing skeleton. Odorogai Kotsu! He called out the magic name. But the bones lay silent. Again. Your Highness, I present to you Odorogai Kotsu, the dancing skeleton. But still, there was silence. Odorogai Kotsu. Jiro, wake up, come on, show them what you can do. Nothing moved. Dancing skeleton, Odorogai Kotsu. Jiro, come on, you've got to show. He must be a fake, shouted the ministers. A phony, cried the generals. He's trying to make a fool of us, of his highness. The emperor scowled, and then, with a flick of his wrist, take him away. No, your highness, it's true. This skeleton can dance. It can speak too. I know him personally. Well, we do this all the time. He's more than just a pile of bones. No. He was my friend, Jiro, my friend. I know he's a skeleton now, but he can come alive, even though I killed him myself. He can dance. Nani? Killed him yourself? Then here's your just reward. Execute him now. The samurai's sword was swift, and poor Taro's head hit the ground and tumbled all around and rolled till it stopped face to face, staring into the hollow gaze of a very silent skull. Taro's body twitched about in a strange, jerky dance, and then lay still. Finally the skull whispered, "The best dance was the last." But no one else heard that, only the breeze that wafted in through the palace. Sawa, 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 sawa. Now, what became of Jiro's bones?
Some say the bones were merely dumped outside the imperial gates, or maybe some stray dogs ran off with them. Others say they were tossed out in some lonely grass field. Sawa, 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 sawa. And someday, maybe you'll go to Japan. Sawa, 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 sawa. Down a lonely road on a cool and windy day. Sawa, 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 sawa. And you happen to come across some bones that wiggle in place. Gotcha, 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 gotcha. And it might be a skeleton rising up with a grinning face. It'll whirl and leap around and crumple to the ground. Gotcha, 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 gotcha. And call you real close till you lean down. And if you're really close, you might hear the sound of boo! Gotcha, 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 gotcha. Meditashi, meditashi. The end.
Well, I hope those stories creeped you out enough. Thank you so much for joining Asian American Storytopia Spooky Stories. And, if you liked what you saw, please click like. And if you haven't subscribed, well, if you subscribe, then you'll know what's coming next. Not that I hope, but happy Halloween.
Did you say happy? Halloween!
Sayonara. That's Japanese for goodbye.